All right, everyone. I spent the last couple days here working quite a bit on Project Blown 29 here. The few things I was doing was working on the frame here. This is what I spent most of yesterday doing was these front frame horns. Went on eBay, picked up a set of 32 Ford frame horns. There's a person on there that makes these. I'd say it's a pretty quality piece. I was very impressed when I got them. Paid like $100 for them. Saved me hours of fabricating. And I pretty much used his whole frame horn from this point out here all the way to here and cut the frame off that I had going here that I didn't like. I didn't like the way the front of the frame was the way they did it before. So I used his full piece. I was glad they came really long. There were some other ones on there that were a lot shorter piece, and these worked great. And what I ended up doing was boxing the whole inside. I boxed them from my seam back here. So I boxed them from this point to the front of my crossmember here that holds my spring, and my radiator sits on top of that also. So, and then also behind the boxing, you can kind of maybe see my welds here. But I put a plate on the bottom side of the frame rail here on the inside, and I also put a plate on the side of the frame rail on the inside from this point to this point. And when I go to mount my shock mounts and my headlight mounts, I have more material to drill and tap then, because I'm not going to run bolts all the way through, being it's all boxed now. So I'll just get more threads by adding that additional plate on the inside. And then I had to notch it out right here for my mono spring. And then once I take everything back apart for the final time, and I'm going to flip the frame over to do my finish welding, and I'll add in some material there to kind of box that in also and clean that all up. So, but that's the front of the car there. And then I also built these motor mounts yesterday. I think in one of my videos I did show the motor mounts that I originally made, and I never did sell myself on the idea. I never really liked them. I thought they looked too bulky and way too heavy duty. So this is what I ended up doing instead. It's just plasmid out some plates out of 3/16 material, ground them all nice and smooth, and then I just put a piece of 1/4 inch material on the top up here. Punched a hole. I punched it at a 5/8, and I'm using a 1/2 inch bolt. That way I got a little bit of adjustability. I can kind of move things around a little bit. So yeah, that's the motor mounts now. Got them all welded in place. Front of the frame is done. Today I'm going to work on mounting them shock mounts and the headlight mounts and stuff. So, and then let's see, the other day I also built a transmission cross member, a new one. I didn't like the one that was in here before either. So I made this one, and now I'll be able to run my exhaust tubing. Will be able to run underneath the transmission mount, and I'll be able to hang my exhaust from the mount also. I'll be able to drill and tap the mount to be able to hang hangers and stuff to run the exhaust. So I just like this mount. It looks a lot cleaner. It is adjustable too, in case if I need to adjust my drive line or anything, and I shouldn't. I mean, I got everything set in right where it should be, but what the heck, I'm making the brackets. Why not make it adjustable too? You know, I might not ever have to use it, but it's there. You know, it didn't take me any more time to add a couple extra holes in my brackets. So, and I did drill and insert DOM tubing everywhere also, wherever I have bolts going through. So it's just not a bolt going through tubing. There is a piece of DOM tubing through the tube as like a bushing. So I got one up here for that bolt for the tranny mount. And then I put bushings in through here where the bolt goes through to hold the mount in place here. So I got that done. And here's another shot of my 4-link from underneath. I did set the body back on. I kind of started polishing on one of the link bars to see what it'd take to polish it out. And I didn't really polish it for that long. You know, I maybe, 5-10 minutes into that. A little bit of polishing. I did the one end's a lot shinier. I was just kind of seeing how much effort it would take to make it all that shiny. So there's before polishing, there's after polishing. So they should look nice once I get them all polished out. You can kind of see the difference. They're about halfway across the bar, right about at that middle right there. You can tell the major difference in the shininess. So, but yeah, we set the body back on the other day so we can kind of start figuring out the steering column and the dash. I got a different dash I'm putting in it, and so it was time to put the body back on so I could start figuring out that stuff. So did mount up one tire yesterday on one of my wheels to This car used to have really super fat tires in the back, and I'm going with a skinny tire look now. And so I just wanted to get one on there to make sure that everything was clearing right. So I'm happy with that look. So, but, well, that's it for today. Like I said, I'm going to work on these shock and headlight mounts for the rest of the day here. So thanks for watching.